Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is day one of the FantasyAthon, so it's Friday, April 5th. I'm definitely trying to get some reading done, but I have a lot of chores and homework, etc. that I need to get done. So right now I'm working on this giant pile of laundry, and I am listening to an audiobook, which I didn't put in my TBR because I didn't think about it, but I realized that all of my TBR books were physical books, which left a audiobook opening. So while I am working on this giant pile of laundry, I am listening to Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant, this / Shauna McGuire. This is a horror fantasy about killer mermaids and a vessel that went missing 7 years ago, and now there's a second vessel to try to find out what happened to them, even though most people know that what happened to them is they were eaten by mermaids. So yeah, gonna be doing some housework, gonna be annoying my cat. Look at him, he's so cute. Yeah. And getting some reading done in audiobook form. Hopefully I'll have some time to get to my physical books soon, but this is what I'm doing for now. Okay, so it's the end of the day. It's almost 11:30. The only reading I have done today is Rolling in the Deep, the audiobook that I'm working on right now. I got about 25%-ish of the way through the book today, which I think is pretty good. I am cat sitting for my mom, so I'm spending the night in her place. So I brought Of Fire and Stars with me. I have it in my bag. But honestly, it's so late and I'm so tired that I might just listen to Into the Rolling Deep until I fall asleep. Or I might just watch a Netflix comedy special. Either one of these is kind of equally probable.
What's up, buddy? What is going on? What are you doing?
Fucking bushy tail.
Come on. Yeah, there you go. Oh, is that good? What's up? Thank you, Isabel. Hello. Hello. I gotta get up and brush my teeth, Isabel. You're kind of making this difficult. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I'm not getting up.
Good morning, everyone. It is now day 2 of the FantasyAthon, April 6th. I did end up listening to Into the Drowning Deep, which I kept calling Into the Rolling Deep or Rolling in the Deep. I kept fucking up the title last night. I did listen to that until I fell asleep, and in fact woke up this morning, pressed play, and realized that I was 2 hours later into the audiobook than I actually remembered, so I had to back up. That did kind of spoil a character death for me, because it hadn't actually happened where I was listening, but at the same time, I 100% saw that character death coming, because this is a horror novel with killer mermaids, people gonna die, and this character was putting themselves into a situation where I was just like, girl, not gonna end well for you. So today I have a birthday brunch party to attend, so don't know how much reading of physical books I will be able to get done, but I will be listening to the audiobook in the car and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, I've still got 10 days, so, or 9 at this point, but we'll see when I can get to the physical books, because it might not be today either.
Look at me as a tiny little baby. I'm so tiny and angry looking.
Okay, so, well, it's now day 3 of the FantasyAthon. It is about 11:30 on Sunday morning, and I really didn't get much reading done yesterday because I spent almost the entire day at a birthday party, so I didn't get any reading and I didn't get any vlogging done, and I'm annoyed about the vlogging part because I did my makeup in an amazing looking bisexual flag, and there's no video or photo evidence of it, so did it even happen? But I am still cat sitting for my mom. I have this guy just chilling out on my lap, and I might just sit out and enjoy the sun and listen to my audiobook for a little bit. I'm coming up on like 45% of Into the Drowning Deep. You know, at least something's getting done, just not a whole lot. But yeah, I might need to just relax with this for a little bit. Hey guys, so it is now day 4 of the FantasyAthon. It is Monday, April, what is it, the 8th? It is 10:45 in the morning. I'm about to go to class. I'm at school right now. I finished Into the Drowning Deep last night. Stayed up a little later than I should have, but I finished it. It was pretty good. I have more thoughts on it, but we can talk about that later. And so this morning I started a new audiobook, which is Empire of Sand. I got this one from the library and it's due in like 10 days, so hopefully I can get it done before the FantasyAthon ends. Hopefully, since I'm done with school stuff by like early afternoon, I'll be able to get some physical reading done. I have not done any physical book reading for the FantasyAthon yet, so yeah. So it's now 2:30 and I just got back from school. I have not eaten lunch yet. I am starving. So I am gonna have a snack. I'm gonna try to read some Captain Marvel, but then I have to leave again because tomorrow is a local election day for my city. We have a like specific small election and I have not dropped off my mail-in ballot yet. So I will not have time to do it tomorrow. That means that I have to go out today and drop that into one of the just like ballot drop boxes, so because I don't have time to mail it anymore either. I hate doing that when I've just gotten home and realized I need to leave again, but civic duty. So I'm not wearing my glasses, so I have no idea how this looks. So it is Wednesday. It's 9:40 in the morning, obviously. Right. I did not record anything yesterday because Tuesday I start classes at 9:30 and end them at about 7. So I got home at 7:30 last night, which, you know, when I'm home that late and I've been on campus that long, all I can really manage to do is watch Grey's Anatomy, eat dinner, and go to sleep. So no reading was done yesterday. I did finish Captain Marvel Volume 1 on Monday. Okay, so I did do audiobook reading because when I'm in the car, I listen to audiobooks. But that was it. That was all I got done yesterday. I did start Nevernight this morning before my alarm went off and I had to get out of bed to get ready for school. I am not that impressed right now. It's just the author seems really, really impressed with his cleverness, and it's so clever, it's trying so hard to be so clever that it honestly comes across a little stupid. So I'll keep going. I'm gonna see how it goes, but yeah, I'm like 2.5 chapters in and it's just not really doing it for me. I know that this is some people's like favorite book, so I don't want to be dissing it, but I don't know.
No matter what happens, I will keep her out of harm's way. On my honor, I promise you that. And took in the sight of Meher's stated undress with obvious pity. Kalini arrived soon after, striding past the guards at the door and the maids, giving Meher only a brief sidelong glance before turning her attention on Amin.
What's up, guys? I look terrible. It is 12:47 on Friday of the FantasyAthon. I stayed in bed until noon, at which point I realized that my blood sugar was super low, so I needed to eat something. This is what I like to call lazy fancy cooking. It is boxed mac and cheese with some sausage, onion, garlic that were made on the side, and then I just added some fresh basil into the pasta. It is amazing. Anyway, as you may have been able to guess from my everything, I am off today, which means that I have no real schedule. I need to shower this whole situation, do my laundry, do some homework, do some work that I'm actually getting paid for, and in the middle of that, find some time to read. I have not gotten any, actually no, that's not true. I did read a little further in Nevernight. I think it was Wednesday night. It's getting better. I still have not totally forgiven it for that absolute shit show of a first chapter, but it's getting better. I have not even started not Girl Love, Of Fire and Stars, and I might just substitute in Empire of Sands because they actually fit the same categories. Read a diverse title, read a debut title, and read a book that you picked up and then haven't finished. And I have been doing Empire of Sands on audio as I go like to and from work, so I'm about halfway through that one. I feel like I'm halfway through the book and I still don't totally know where it's going, which for me is a good thing because I've read so much fantasy that I can often pick up the plots pretty quickly. I mean, to clarify, there's some things that I definitely know where they're going, but I don't know the details yet, and I don't know like the shape that that's going to take, so I'm definitely still interested to see where it goes. So one thing that I also want to do today is that I really want to do the immerse yourself in the world of a book. It's not actually a book that I'm reading this FantasyAthon, but I want to make something from that Harry Potter cookbook that I found earlier, so I need to figure out what I'm cooking, and then I need to go grocery shopping because our fridge is very low in some staple items like vegetables. God, this is so good. So yeah, that's my plan for today. Shower, grocery shopping, homework, work that I'm getting paid for, cook something from the Harry Potter book. Possibly two somethings, possibly a sweet and savory. That seems really ambitious. I don't know if that's gonna happen. So this is the recipe from the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. Herby roast chicken is provided by Magic, aka the grocery store. But we have mashed potatoes and we have carrots.
Hello.
It's butterbeer time! You're the best! Are you making one for yourself?
No. Still got a migraine, so I probably shouldn't.
Are you just gonna have some of mine? You. Maybe. You. At the beginning.
Oh, well, it started.
Oh, okay. So this
I
is
think,
the,
right?
Is there a little red button and it's counting?
There is. I know what I'm doing.
So this is the finished butterbeer.
Uh-huh.
It's got cream soda.
Uh-huh.
Correct me if I miss anything.
Uh-huh.
Cream liqueur.
Yeah.
Rum.
Yeah.
Butterscotch schnapps.
It's not focusing. Oh, there it is.
Is that it? And cream soda, cream liqueur, butterscotch schnapps, and rum.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
Okay.
It's a little strong.
It is, but it's so good.
You're welcome.
Woo! So I got my butterbeer, I got my Slytherin pants, I got my Harry Potter cookbook.
Oh, I didn't even notice the Slytherin pants.
Slytherin pants!
Shit.
And we're ready to watch Captain America: The First Avenger.
Where's your Slytherin jacket?
It's not cold enough for that.
Oh.
I do have a Slytherin hoodie. We're about to watch Captain America: The First Avenger, which does not fit with the theme at all. But this one hasn't seen it.
Nope, haven't seen it.
So we need to fix that. You can turn it off.
Fine. It's not going to affect me. I've been snowboarding my life.
It was a Barbra Streisand song. It's from Yentl. It didn't do very well.
What was the song?
Papa, can you hear me?
Oh, I love these. But not on Yentl.
It so
It
is.
certainly is. That was a test.
Good morning, guys. It is 7:30 on the 15th. No, it's the 16th. Yesterday was the last day of the FantasyAthon, but I did not record anything because we had a very exciting day. You can see this is kind of a hint about the subject of what happened. Oh my god, you're so cute. So basically, the FantasyAthon is over, but last night we got some new additions to the apartment because on Sunday I got a call from our local cat rescue that they had a mom and 6 newborn babies that they wanted me to foster. So we got them last night, and I'm just gonna try to go in and show them to you guys. The mama is like semi-feral. She's really nervous about humans, so we've been kind of letting her get used to the space by herself. But the 6 babies are just tiny and perfect, and I love them already, even though I've barely met them. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can show you guys what's happening a little bit. Look at them. Oh my god, they're so tiny.
Wait, why laugh? You were sitting there so pretty. Now you're first. Forget me.
So I don't know when I'm going to be able to record this other than now, so we're just going to do our wrap up now in the car while I drive. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully I don't get into an accident. So the FantasyAthon is over. I finished 3 books and started a 4th. So the first one that I finished was Into the Drowning Deep by Mira Grant. I did really like this one. I have read enough Mira Grant stories by this point that I kind of can see what she is and is not going to do. So in some ways it was predictable, but in other ways it was just really fun and kind of creepy. The pacing was a little weird, I would say, where that not a whole lot happens until like the very end of the book. I still really enjoyed it. There's a bunch of people of different ability, like disability and ability levels. Like there are some deaf characters in the book, and they like speak using ASL. There are queer characters in the book. There are a lot of women who are in STEM fields, and that's just considered like totally normal. And so that part's all fun. The killer mermaids I felt like could maybe have done a little bit more earlier on, but it was still a good book. So I also finished Captain Marvel Volume 1. I think it's In Pursuit of Flight. I'll put a picture if Editing Kate remembers. I have sort of conflicting opinions on comics in general. I think that they can be like really overly heavy with a ton of characters and backstory that we don't know. But this one actually is a pretty good introduction to the character. So if you haven't read any Captain Marvel and maybe you saw the movie and are really interested in it, I would say that this is probably a good starting point. It does give some quick backstory on Carol Danvers, and because there's time travel, you also get to see like some of her past in the volume. And then yesterday, on the last day of the FantasyAthon, I finished Empire of Sands, which I am using for read a debut author, read a diverse read. This is inspired by Mughal India. and then read a book that you started and then didn't finish. So I picked this one up like months before the FantasyAthon, I think maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, and then just didn't end up finishing. I only got like a couple chapters in. The magic is really based around like dancing and hand sigils, and I really liked that as a system. I also thought that the world was really dynamic. There's like an empire and there's different like races that have been conquered. So the main character is like half Amban, which is like the primary racial group of the empire, and then half Amriti, which is like the lowest. They're like considered like desert people. They're considered savages. And so her mother was Amriti. She's raised by her Amban father, but then her Amriti heritage starts coming through, and she turns out to have some like magic abilities, and that draws the attention of the Maha, who is like the lead mystic of the empire, because he needs her magic for his rights. I also really liked the audiobook version of this. There are these Daiva characters, which are like spirits of the desert, and they're like the children of gods, and they speak a little bit in the book, and the way that they did the voices of the Daiva is really, really cool. They like layered a bunch of voices on top of each other, and so it's just a really cool effect. So I really enjoyed the audiobook specifically and would recommend the audiobook specifically. I did start and did not finish Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I didn't love it. I haven't loved what I've read so far. I think I'm about like 10 to 15% of the way through the book. This has been a really crazy week for me academically. I had an exam today that was at 9:30. It's now 7 o'clock in the evening, and I am just leaving campus. So I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty hungry. But the good news is that I get to go home. I get to have dinner. I get to look at and maybe even touch the tiny newborn kittens that we have in our apartment. And then I get to go to bed early because I am so tired today that I straight up slept through an entire lecture. Don't be like me, kids. Don't sleep through your lectures. Happy FantasyAthon. I hope you guys all got some good reading done, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.